everyone, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite curl creams. I'm actually going to be updating all of my favorites videos, so my top 10 mousses, my top 10 gels. Before, when I did this, I did top 5, but even then it was really hard for me to narrow it down to 5, and I kind of cheated a little bit. So this time we're going with top 10 because I just couldn't force myself to choose and only pick 5, especially when it comes to curl creams, because they are probably one of my most favorite styling products to use. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So I have my curl creams laid out in front of me, and I'm going to be going through these in no particular order. I'm just going to grab them and start talking about them. And I'll talk about the things that I like, and I'll even give my recommendations as to what types of hair that I think that they would work the best for. And one more thing to mention in these videos as I do them, some might contain drugstore products, some might not. These are all about what my favorites are, and so I'm throwing those in there. And as far as the drugstore products goes, I will probably do a video all about my favorite drugstore products separately once I have tried enough to be able to create that video. But when I'm doing these, I do select what my favorite products are, regardless of what the price point is, because I want it to be authentic and genuine and honest about what my favorites are. So if it contains a drugstore product that I really like, then I really like it. I'm not just throwing it in there so that I can have a more affordable option in there. It's in there because I really and truly do like it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So this first one that I just grabbed is going to be the Keratin Leave-In Conditioner. So it says it's a leave-in conditioner. However, for me, this acts like a curl cream leave-in conditioner both. It does behave like a leave-in in that it adds moisture to the hair, and it has great slip, so my brush glides through it quite nicely when I'm styling my hair. It has some nice stick to it, not sticky, not to be confused with sticky. I don't like sticky, but this has stick to it, and what I mean by stick is that it helps to get the hair to kind of clump together a little bit better. And that's what I really like in my curl creams, are ones that really help the hair to kind of stick together and clump together, because that's ultimately what you kind of want out of a curl cream, or what most people want out of a curl cream, is to get those nice clumps and definition in their hair when they're styling with it. And so this definitely has a great stick without being sticky, and it has all the things that I look for. So slip, and it has conditioning agents, and it makes my hair feel nice and soft. It also helps with the frizz. It's very lightweight, and I get wonderfully bouncy curls when I use this with their gel as well. And overall, these are great products. And one of the things that I like about the Keratin products is that pretty much all of their products have a lot of protein in them, which my hair absolutely loves. And that is another reason why I really like this curl cream. And like I said, I really do think that this is pretty universal, that almost any hair type from fine to coarse can use this, because it is lightweight, so it's not gonna weigh down the people who have fine, easily weighed down hair. And my hair is really coarse, and it does very well with this curl cream, or, well, it's a leave-in conditioner, but it works really well for both. This next one is something I've talked about a lot, I've used a lot, and it's part of one of my favorite combos, and I did a video all about my favorite combos, and I'll put it up here or here. Somewhere up here I will put a card so that you can check that video out. And I do like combining all of the Trelux stylers together. So the curl cream, the reflex serum, and the gel, I just get nice, light, fluffy, bouncy curls. The gel gives me a cast, but once it's scrunched out, it's just perfect. It's soft, it's bouncy. And this curl cream, since we're talking about curl creams and not the gel, this curl cream is definitely one that ticks off all the boxes, and it does behave as kind of a leave-in and curl cream combined for my hair. Lately, I really haven't been needing to use a separate leave-in with a curl cream on top, so I really like curl creams that tend to do both, just so I can get a little bit of the best of both worlds out of one product. And I do believe that this one does that. It has great slip, it gives great moisture without over conditioning my hair, it has protein, which my hair really loves, it has some nice stick so that I get great curl clumps, it really helps with frizz control, and it's very lightweight, and it does help with volume. So I can see this working really well for people who have fine, easily weighed down hair because it doesn't weigh your hair down. It gives you nice, light, fluffy, bouncy curls. And it works really well for those of us who have coarse hair. It does help give you some moisture and some protein. It is a really good cream that also smells really good. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of this cream. It smells good. It works really well. It hydrates the hair. I could go on and on about this curl cream, but it's a good one. If you haven't tried it yet, I definitely recommend that you pick it up and give it a try. And this next one is the Living Proof Curl Definer Cream. And they do have two different creams, and I can't remember what the other one is called, but I think it's like for wavy hair or something like this. This one is the one for curls, and this one works really well for my hair. And this is another one that I think is pretty universal for fine hair to coarse hair as well. It has great stick. Out of probably all of the curl creams that I'm talking about, this is the one that I think has the most stick. It's got a very lotiony kind of texture and has great slip when you're running the brush through your hair. But that stick is what I absolutely love about it. I really like the way that it just holds my hair together. And because of that stick, I also, aside from getting great definition because of it, I do also get really good frizz control from it as well. So this is another curl cream, and I only have about this much left. It's almost gone because I love it that much. I use it a lot. I haven't used it recently because I've been trying some other things, but I do really, really like this cream. This was probably in my other video. Some of these you're gonna notice carried over from my last one, and then there are some things that are gonna be missing that were in my last one that are not gonna be in this one. But this one is, I can imagine this constantly carrying forward anytime I update these because it just has everything that I am looking for in a curl cream, and I do really think that this is pretty universal for a multitude of different hair textures. So the next curl cream actually isn't going to be just one, it's going to be two, so it's a little bit of a cheat. It is the AG curl creams, and these are the two that are the most talked about, and I have them both, I love them both, and I love them both for different reasons. I don't find them very similar at all. I do think they have some definite differences, and we'll go ahead and talk about those. And also let me know if you'd like to see a video doing like maybe a side-by-side comparison of these two. So if you're on the fence as to which one you want to try, maybe that video could help you. So just drop that in the comment section and let me know if you want to see that video. But let's go ahead and talk about the AG Recoil. I've probably been using this for well over a decade, maybe even close to 2 at this point. And the thing that I love about the AG Recoil is that it is a curl enhancing cream, or on here it says curl activator. It contains magnesium sulfate, which shrinks the bonds in the hair. It won't make your hair curlier than it actually is, but it will help to get your hair to curl to its fullest potential and help to counteract some of the effects of gravity in your hair by helping to shrink those bonds so that your hair can really curl up to what it's supposed to be. And I really love it for that. It is highly, highly concentrated, so you need a very small amount. And it smells really good, so that's another thing. And it smells good, but it's not so overpowering. I think some people probably don't like the smell, but I really like it. It's kind of slightly sweet or something. I don't know. I really suck at describing smells, but it does smell really good. It's not overpowering. I can put it in my hair and it doesn't bother me at all. I am a chronic migraine sufferer, and strong fragrances can trigger migraines. This one definitely does not. It's pretty lightweight and it doesn't linger for very long and doesn't overwhelm me. Now, there are some downsides to this, and most notably is that if you use too much of this, your hair might get kind of a gritty feel to it. Also, I find that this doesn't have as much slip as some of the other curl creams that I really love. It still has a bit of slip. There is a little less slip with this one. Like, there is slip, but it's not as smooth, and brushes, it doesn't glide through as easily with the recoil as it does with some of these other curl creams. but that doesn't stop me from using it. I absolutely love it. A little goes a long way. So this tube will last me for who knows how long, because especially now, because I have so many dang products, I don't get to use all of them up very often, and because I'm always trying new things and I have a huge shelf. So it could take me forever to get through this, especially because you need so little for all of your hair. This is another one that is pretty universal. Pretty much anybody from the finest of fine hair to the coarsest of coarse hair can definitely use this, especially if what you're looking for is something to help give some of your lazier curls a little bit of a lift and to get them to be a little less lazy. And now compare that to the Curl Fresh Definer, and this one is almost gone. And part of the reason why is because I gave this to my daughter to try it out, and she really liked it as well. So this one, I'm not sure why they have it in a tube, because it's actually really, really liquidy. It would be better if it were in a pump or a different kind of container, because when you open the cap, it just literally runs right out. But this is another really good curl cream, and it has nice slip. It gives great definition, it has really great frizz control, and it has a little bit of hold. For some people, this is a one and done. I'm not a one and done person, so this will never be a one and done for me. But for some people, this is it. Like if what you are looking for in your hair for the results is nice, soft, fluffy, bouncy curls, and you don't need a cast, you're not looking for longevity, this would be a good one and done for you. Now the downside to this cream is probably the fragrance. It is a little on the strong side. It hasn't caused a migraine for me, so there's that. But some people find the fragrance a little off-putting. It can be a little bit strong. I can't remember. Like, it's got a smell of kind of a combination of maybe lavender and vanilla or something like that. I could be wrong. Again, I don't take my word on what things smell like because I suck at that, but it is a little on the strong side and it does linger. So that would be a downside to this as well. The other downside is what I talked about, is that it's just super liquidy and it's in the completely wrong container for as liquidy as it is. But just be aware of that. So if you purchase this, maybe open it up this way and then just very gently tip it to let it come out, because I mean, that's what it's doing in there. It's basically a liquid. But other than that, it is really great. I do like the fact that it has the extra hold and it does do all of the other things that I want a curl cream to do. So moving on, we have the Bounce Curl Avocado and Rose Clump and Define Cream. This cream I've talked about a lot. It's also part of one of my favorite product combinations in that video. I don't think I can put a card up here again, but it is in that video where I did my favorite combinations. I've used it in some other videos as well. I believe it was probably also in my last favorites curl cream video, because I love this stuff. This is, if I had to pick maybe my most favorite, it might be this one, but that's too much of a commitment for me to say that and to believe that. Like, if you had to force me to choose just one, I don't think that I could, but this might come close. Like if I was forced to choose and you literally wouldn't let me have any others, this might be the one. And here's what that one looks like. It's a nice thick cream, which I love. I don't know, there's just something about a really nice thick cream that it's my favorite texture of cream. Not that I don't love the other ones, but this, it's my favorite texture. It smells really good. It's nice and sweet. It's not overpowering. It smells amazing. But it also does exactly what it says. It clumps, it defines, it's got great slip, and it's a beautiful, beautiful curl cream. And I believe that this is another one that is pretty universal as far as fine versus coarse. I think almost anybody can use this. Maybe if your hair is super easily weighed down, this might not be the best option, but it could still potentially work for you. It might be, you might just have to adjust the amount that you use, but it also just might be a little too much with the ingredients that it has. But for those of us who have more coarse hair, this is just an amazing cream. It clumps, it defines, it controls frizz, it smells amazing. I get fluffy, bouncy hair out of this. It's got everything I want. I love it. This is, like I said, if you forced me to choose my absolute favorite, this might be it. But don't force me to say my absolute favorite, because I just don't want to do that. There's so many and I love them all. Please don't make me do that. So if you've been wanting to try this out and you're wondering if it's worth all the hype because this one gets talked about a lot, yes, in my opinion, it is absolutely worth all the hype that it gets and more. It's a really great cream. I absolutely love it. And now you know I couldn't have a favorite curl cream video without my Evolve Total Control Cream. Now, this one isn't specifically for curly hair. They do have one that is for curly hair. However, I like the Total Control a lot better. This one I actually tried pretty much on its own without gel, and it's got decent hold. So for some people, this could actually be your one and done. You use this to define, to style, and it's your hold product, and it'll leave nice, fluffy, defined, bouncy curls that are, while not entirely frizz-free, they have minimal frizz. But like I said, if you really like light, bouncy, fluffy curls and you don't like a cast, this is a good way to go, especially if you're somebody who likes something that's more one and done. I would definitely give this a try to see if this can be a one and done for you. It has amazing hold for just a curl cream, and I absolutely love it for that. Myself, I do still layer it. I'm always gonna layer. That's my preference. That's just what works best for my hair. So I will always layer this. And I've layered this with a multitude of different gels and mousses and whatnot. And it plays nice with so many different things. And anything that you pair it with just really kind of helps with the hold and helps with everything that this already does. And this does work really nicely with gels that are lighter weight and don't have a whole lot of hold, because like I said, this has hold of its own, so that combined with something that's lighter hold will give you a little bit more of a hold. So this is a really great one, and if you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend it. I do have discount codes for both the Keratin and the Evolve in my description box. That is not why I'm including them in this video. I'm including them because I love them, and I have spoken about them quite a bit, especially this one. I've used Evolve products before I got a discount code from them, and I love it. This one is basically gone, and I do need to get more, and I will be getting more because it is a great curl cream. This might actually be something that I take with me when I go to Wisconsin here pretty soon, because it's in a nice small bottle already. So yeah, this might be going on a trip with me. Oh, and if you hear the noise in the background, that's my air conditioning kicking off and on. It is way too hot, and I am not going to be shutting it off in order for it to not interrupt this video. So I apologize for the noise, but it's just too hot to shut off the air conditioning because I will turn into a big puddle of sweat right before your eyes. So moving on to the next curl cream is one where you can barely even see what the label is anymore because it's all kind of worn off. And this is also pretty much empty too. And it is the InnerSense Quiet Calm Curl Control Cream. I think, I don't know, because I can't see it on here. I'll leave it on the screen somewhere what the full name is. I have a hard time remembering all of these names anyway, because first I have a ton of products, also because product names tend to be way longer than what they need to be, and I just can't remember it all. But this curl cream is another one that ticks all of the boxes for me. It is a thicker cream, so you do kind of have to squeeze it a little bit to get it out of here. And I really like thicker creams, so I love that about it. I love that it's nice and moisturizing, and it's got some decent slip, and it does help with frizz control. It does clump and define. It does all of the things that I want it to do, and I also really like the smell of this as well. It just smells kind of like fresh and clean and slightly herbal, I think. I don't know. I should probably stop trying to describe smells because I'm just really not that great at it. But it does smell really, really good. I like the smell of all of the InnerSense products, and I really like InnerSense in general. I like what they're about. I like their products, and there's more products of theirs that I really, really need to try. I keep saying that, and I keep saying that I need to get more of this. My pocketbook is not unlimited, so that's why a lot of these things have not been replenished yet, because I do not have an unlimited amount of money to get all of the things that I would love to get, because that's just a really, really long list, and it grows all of the time. When you guys suggest to me or ask me if I've tried certain products and I haven't, I add those to my list for future review, but I need to wait until my bank account gets replenished before I can purchase these things. So that is why this has not been replaced as of yet, because otherwise I'd really love to replace it. I love using it, and I'm really sad that it's almost gone. Next up, we have the Moroccan Oil Curl Defining Cream. And Moroccan Oil is a brand that is not new to me, even though the curl cream itself is something that I haven't tried in the past. So this is something that I've tried more recently. I did do a video on this as well. I did a review of everything that I have tried with Moroccan Oil and spoke about it while I was doing my hair and trying this out. And that video is right here if you'd like to see that one. So this curl cream definitely lives up to my expectations for the brand. It's just such a high quality brand, and I really love pretty much everything that I've tried from them. I don't think there's anything that I've tried that I haven't liked. Everything has just been really good. I like the smell of the Moroccan Oil products. And again, this checks all of my boxes as far as what I want in a curl cream. It has great slip. It helps with frizz control. It defines, it clumps. And it gave me some nice bouncy curls that just really sprung right up. So I love all of that about this curl cream. And this is another curl cream that is overall pretty universal. So fine-haired people could probably use this. Maybe people with super fine, very easily weighed down hair might want to be a little bit careful with this, just because it does have the argan oil in there, the Moroccan oil, and that might be a little heavy on your hair. So just use caution, but I always say that anyway. When your hair is really fine, very easily weighed down, low density hair, you tend to need to go a little light on your products in general, no matter what those products are, just because your hair is just basically going to get weighed down by almost anything. So I would say use caution if that is the hair type that you have. But yeah, this one, like I said, it ticks all the boxes. It's got great slip, has nice definition, nice frizz control, has nice stick to it so that everything clumps together nicely. All around a really great curl cream, and I don't know why it took me so long to try it out. This next one is one that I keep saying all the time, why do I not use this more? Because it is such a good curl cream. This one adds a lot of volume, a lot of bounce. It's really great at enhancing the curls. It also has a good amount of hold all on its own and can leave a little bit of a cast. So if you're somebody who doesn't like a cast, or if you're somebody who's okay with a tiny bit of cast, or if you are somebody who really likes a one and done product, this could be a one and done product for a lot of people. It won't be a one and done for me because, like I said, I'm not a one and done kind of person. I will always layer. But if you like soft, fluffy, voluminous, very voluminous, I love the volume from this, voluminous curls with a light cast, this could be a one and done product for you. This does all of those things. So the only downside that I would have to say with this curl cream is be careful that you do not use too much, because it doesn't take long to go from the right amount to way too much and feeling like your hair is really just disgusting. It'll get really producty really quickly, so just be careful of that. But I definitely believe that this one would work well for a multitude of different hair types, including the fine, easily weighed down hair, and probably most especially because it does do so much all in one thing that this could be a one and done for your hair if you have fine, very easily weighed down hair and you like light, fluffy, voluminous curls with very little cast. This could be your product. So this next curl cream is one that I've talked about and has been on my channel in videos before, and that is the Briogeo Curl Charisma Leave-In Defining Cream. I love this one because, again, it ticks all of the boxes. It's great at defining, it's great at curl clumping, and it's got some decent slip. Some of the other ones have better slip than this, but it still has some pretty decent slip for styling. But the thing I love the most about it is the protein content. My hair absolutely does very well with protein. It really helps to give my curls some nice bounce, and I love that. I love how nice and bouncy and just sprung up my curls get from this curl cream, and it's largely due to the protein that's in there. And as I've said probably a million times in this video, I do have coarse hair, and there are a lot of people who will say that coarse hair, don't use protein on coarse hair, it doesn't need it. Every hair type does need at least some protein. It's just some some people's hair might need more protein than others, and that can change within your own hair as well based on whatever's going on with it. So if it's gotten dried out, if the porosity has increased or decreased or whatever, that would change your hair's needs. So that does change significantly based on a wide variety of things, but it is a myth that you can't use protein in coarse hair. You absolutely can. And this is another curl cream that is pretty popular, gets a lot of hype, and there is good reason for it. It really does live up to the hype, and it is something that I would highly recommend, and even recommend for, again, universally. So I do see this working really well for very fine, easily weighed down hair. Because that protein content is in there, it's going to help give your hair some strength and structure and some beefiness to your really fine strands. That's going to help to spring up those curls and give your hair the oomph that it needs to be able to curl to its fullest potential. Just use a little bit less, which is basically what I recommend all the time for fine, easily weighed down hair, is to be very cognizant of the amount that you're using. But this is a great cream that, like I said, checks off all the boxes. If there's a downside to this cream, is that I would have to say there are some creams that work better for frizz control than this one does. Not that this leaves your hair frizzy, but I do think there are other creams that work better for frizz control than this one does. But it does everything else so well that doesn't bother me at all, and I can use some gel and some serum to help with the frizz situation, so I don't have a problem with it. But I definitely recommend checking this out if this is something that you've been thinking about purchasing. Now that's technically 10 creams, maybe more than that because of the 2 that I cheated on, the 2 AG creams together, but I'm gonna cheat a little bit more. I'm gonna throw in an honorable mention, and the reason why it's an honorable mention is because it is something that I have very, very recently tried in a video right here, and that is the Curl Keeper Styling Cream. I like that the name is really simple, that I can remember. But that's not the only thing that I like about this cream. I love the consistency. It has a nice slippery, lotiony consistency, which isn't usually the consistency that I love. Like I mentioned, I really like thick creams, but this one, there's something about it that I really like with that lotiony, slippery texture, and it has great slip. It gave my hair a nice, light, nicely defined, bouncy, almost frizz-free curls, and a lot of shine. All of these products together, when I tried them out, gives your hair just a ton of shine. The original Curl Keeper Styling Liquid is another one that is really great for shine, and I like these 2 together. But I think those products in general just give your hair just amazing shine. And I know that it's not just because of the styling liquid, because I've used that with other things. I think that it has something to do with this as well, that this gives nice, great shine. So this is one of those things that, again, it's great with slip, with definition, with clumping, but also with frizz control and shine. And because of the nice, light, fluffy, bouncy results that I got, this is one of those things that I do also, again, think will work really well for fine, easily weighed down hair, just because all of those products together, this with the original styling liquid and the gel, just were virtually weightless on my hair. So anytime that I can put 3 products on my hair and it's pretty much weightless, I know that the cream in and of itself is going to be pretty weightless as well, or basically weightless. So this is definitely one of those things to try out if you do have fine, easily weighed down hair, but it also worked very, very well on my coarser hair. And also, if you're looking for nice, light, bouncy, voluminous, shiny curls, this is a curl cream that you might want to try. And it comes in these smaller bottles, which is another thing that I absolutely love about both this and also Evolve and InnerSense. I love it when they sell the travel sizes. It's convenient for travel, then you can take it with you, but also it's a great way to try a product out without having to commit to buying a massive bottle or spending a lot of money in order to give it a try. And this concludes my updated top 10 curl creams. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.